Hello, welcome to the Deadboys podcast. This is a terrible intro.
Oh yeah.
Josh always screws it up.
Yeah, I do. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Welcome to the Garbage Pail comic book.
Garbage Pail?
The Garbage Pail Kids. You remember those?
No.
The little comic. They're like little cars. They were before my time too, but they were like little they were spoofs off the Cabbage Patch Kid little playing cards.
Cabbage Patch Kids?
Mm-hmm.
Sour Patch Kids?
Mm-mm. You don't know the Cabbage Patch Kids?
Oh no, I do.
The little dolls.
Mhm.
They had a little trading card line off of that, and it's so weird.
Well,
Anyway, this is not a podcast talking about them, except for we just did. So I guess this is also part of the Garbage Pail.
Technically.
Anyway, this is the Deadboys podcast. I hope you're having a great day, recovering from Comic-Con for those of you con goers, because one of my friends slept on a floor for 4 days and was harassed by security guards. So I guess that was cool. Hope she's doing okay. I think she is. But
Wait, one of your friends went to Comic-Con?
yeah,
Man.
so lucky.
Right?
Anyway,
But instead of spending 5 minutes on an intro, since there's a pretty substantial amount of information that came out of Comic-Con, we might as well just dive directly
let's
right
dive into it. I am David, of course, and this is...
Josh, what's up, guys?
And we are the Dead Boys podcast.
Pretty sure we already said that already, but whatever. So just gonna go down the line of panels.
I'm disappointed in the overall lack of stuff coming out
Mm-hmm.
or talked about, because there was, of course, the Ant-Man panel with good old Paulie Rudd.
And Michael Douglas.
Yeah, so
Wherever Michael Douglas is, there is freedom.
wherever Paul Rudd is, there is good acting.
I don't really like. I think he's a decent actor. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to for comic book stuff, I don't see it in him. I wish they would have went with the straight Hank Pym instead of using Scott Lang as the Ant-Man.
That's true.
Because if you're gonna have Hank Pym in there, at least let him be a young Hank Pym and not an old Michael Douglas, which I don't. Whatever. But yeah, they had a panel for Ant-Man. I think her name was Evangeline Lilly.
I support the Paul Rudd role for Ant-Man. Well, by the way, Paul Rudd's a really good actor, and he's one of my favorites.
Everyone's one of your favorites.
Not true.
Channing Tatum.
Channing
Tatum.
Definitely not one of my favorites.
He's one of my favorites.
I love him.
I love him. Freaking, this is the end. But yeah, the lady from Lost. I think her name is of something Lily.
It doesn't matter. It never happened.
What? It never
Lost.
happened. Yes, it did.
Have you not finished it?
I watched 2 episodes.
Oh,
of Lost,
wow, okay.
So, but yeah, the lady from Lost, she's playing Wasp. There's this one other guy, this bald guy, who's playing Yellow Jacket. I forget his name. I'm usually really good with names, but I forget.
The bald guy?
Yeah, it's not
Mr. Bald Guy.
No, I don't know. His name's Darren Cooks, I think his name is. I don't know. But
Step 1 to doing a podcast, kids, know your research, and don't do it while you're doing the podcast.
yeah, because I'm doing it right now, and that's not him. Cool.
We found a link to chicken enchiladas, so
Yes.
that's, I guess, okay.
Delicious chicken enchilada.
It's not true.
But yeah, they also showed they also showed some footage of Ant-Man. As of this podcast, they have not been. Corey Stahl, that's his name. That's his
You
name.
were completely wrong.
No, it's not.
No, you were completely wrong about the other guy. The other name.
Oh, freaking! I was like Darren Cooks. I don't even know who that is. That's probably a real person. But yeah,
Shout out to Darren Cooks if you're listening to this. We love you.
That's right. Stay beautiful. But they showed Ant-Man footage. As of this podcast, the footage has not been leaked online. There's been audio of it, which I don't really care for because I want to see actual visuals. Of course, the only thing we have to go on when it comes to the Ant-Man movie at all was the test footage that came out like a year ago, which was really good. I enjoyed it.
Also,
It made me excited
they had
for
the
Ant-Man.
suit there at Comic-Con.
No, just the helmet,
Really?
which looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It has the kind of look like Star-Lord from Guardians, which is
Except
coming out this Friday.
Except it's not as cool as Star-Lord's mask.
Yeah, Star-Lord's mask is really cool.
And also, Ant-Man does not have the element gun, so...
Wait, does Star-Lord have an element gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his weapon.
I don't follow Guardians at all.
You're a disgrace.
I've never followed Guardians. So yeah, the Ant-Man the Ant-Man panel did not last all but 8 minutes.
I was really surprised on how short it was.
Yeah.
You would hope Ant-Man would have been bigger since it's a huge name coming to the silver screen.
Yeah, but the thing is, there was there's so much stuff that's happened before Comic-Con. Like Edgar Wright left. The new guy who's writing the script wrote out like 3 other characters that were already in it. Like
no, that weren't only in it, were cast for it. Like they had actors cast for it.
Yeah, they're in cast. They had their parts already written.
Basically, just fired them.
And then he was just like, "Hey, so I'm rewriting the script, and guess what? You're not in it." And that was just kind of messed up. Like these people set aside time for this movie, and you're just gonna write them out because it's inconvenient or whatever. That was kind of.
I hate that.
And it happened a day before the panel was supposed to happen.
Yeah, so that's a nice that was a fun dust storm for them, I guess, to talk through.
So I mean, the movie, I'm still not sold on it, even though they had a panel and they had footage of it. I'm not sold. I need to see some actual footage of the movie, the Ant-Man suit and all that stuff.
Now,
give my not my final, but give my opinion on it.
Now, when I heard of it, I didn't really like it. I still kind of don't, because I never considered Ant-Man to be a huge character. I feel like he's definitely a semi-major character, definitely, if not like an A- on the list, definitely a B+ somewhere.
He's a solid B-.
He's a very solid B+ in my book. But I'm kind of happy that the panel only lasted for 8 minutes, because I feel like if they did any more else, things would have just come out randomly. Yeah. Things would have been said. Paul Rudd would have been like, "Oh yeah, and in this scene I killed this guy," and then he would have been like,
"Does Ant-Man kill?"
Never mind.
Does Ant-Man kill?
I see. He's not a character I've done research on, because I've never been drawn to a guy who has the power to turn into a size of an ant with the strength of a regular man.
Yeah,
I've never wanted that.
He can also turn himself to be really big too, right? Or is it just that he can transform into a small ant?
I think it's just he can go small.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. Adam's like that too.
Adam? Oh, Adam. Okay, I know you're talking about.
Justice League. Adam. His DC counterpart.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, Ant-Man. that's happening. I haven't seen footage of it. I don't think you've seen footage of it either.
No.
After the Ant-Man panel, the whole cast of the Avengers: Age of Ultron come out.
Ooh.
You had RDJ, Chris, the other Chris.
Both Chris's.
You also had Aaron
connection.
Taylor Johnson, who's playing Quicksilver, and then you have Elizabeth Olsen, who's playing Scarlet Witch. There we go. So they had all of them come out. Even had James Spader come out, who's voicing Ultron.
Yeah.
They just had the whole thing, except for Scarlett Johansson, who's preggers.
She is.
Yeah. So
congratulations, Miss ScarJo.
Yeah, it's not like you're listening to this or anything.
She might. Congratulations. Your baby's awesome.
Yeah, she's just sitting in the hospital. I'm holding my baby. Look at this podcast. That's not anything.
Why not?
So,
congratulations, ScarJo.
If you are, you're gorgeous.
That's weird. No,
she's beautiful. Anyway.
Yeah, but
so yeah, they basically just talked about the movie. It's weird. David just did something that I'm not gonna say. Stop! Oh my god. Yeah, so they showed stuff from the movie. They had this big clip, which was actually was leaked by Latino Review 2 months ago, when they were talking about how they're gonna be the Avengers gonna be sitting around in the Avengers Tower trying to lift Thor's hammer, and Tony Stark was trying to use the Iron Man little hand thing to try to lift it up.
That's totally not how it works.
But the thing is,
they have to be worthy.
But in the clip, Captain America, he budged it a little bit.
Oh yeah,
because it actually teases in the comics, and because in the comics he can actually lift and use Thor's hammer.
Yeah, he's one of the only people that are
one of the very few, if not the only person other than Thor himself who can lift it.
Oh, Lady Thor. She has a real name. It's not Thor becomes a lady. It's a separate character getting into the role of Thor.
Lady Thor.
But it's really cool. So as of right now, I think there's really only 3 people that can lift the Mjolnir.
Yeah. It was a 3-minute trailer. It was a full-on trailer with explosions.
That is a long trailer. That is,
and especially for Comic-Con. But the movie's coming out by this time next year. The movie will be already be out. So
that's true.
They have a significant amount of the movie done.
It's almost fitting to have at least a little something to come out with right now.
Yeah.
Not even for just the general public, but even just for, I guess, their loyal fans. Not even for the cinematic universe, but just for Marvel in general.
Also, I forgot to mention before they actually started the Avengers panel, they announced that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is coming out in 2017.
Yeah.
The movie, I'm guessing the movie has gotten really good reviews. Right now, it has a solid 96 on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't really listen to, but I'm pretty sure the movie's good.
Hey, they did there was 100 for Lego Movie, and then it was like the first.
Isn't it still like 98?
It's really up there still. I think
the movie's fantastic.
Basically,
because it has Chris Pratt.
Just say the key to success right now is just have Chris Pratt play the character for your movie.
Yep. Chris Pratt is the man.
Have him be the only white dude in some movies.
And they also like, I guess during Comic-Con, like when the Comic-Con first started to when it ended, they had like these little mini pictures of like the Avengers fighting Ultron bots.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was just like little ones. I don't know if you saw it, but out of all of them, everyone's just doing work except for one person, Hawkeye, who's just getting demolished. If you look at the picture, all you see is arrow, 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 not doing anything to these robots, and then he's just getting demolished. I hope he dies. He's so
That's terrible.
He's so bad.
Here's the thing. They don't do Hawkeye justice because in the comics he's an actual good character. I like his comic book character as much as I dislike his cinematic universe character. He's really cool. They don't make him. I think he's deaf in the comics. They don't make him that way in the movie, which kind of is a.
I don't think he's. It would make sense that he would be deaf to heighten all his other senses.
Yeah,
but
I think he is. And that
weird. A deaf superhero.
I mean, you have a blind superhero, so why not?
True. They leaked more audio from it, which no one really cares about. We want to see freaking.
I mean, I think the audio is still going to be cool.
It's cool, but
it's still enough to have like those images in your brain, you know, of seeing all the characters and knowing what they sound like and doing all all the noises and stuff. I think it's really cool that they did that just so you can, you know, it's like I think what Eddie Vedder said from Pearl Jam. He said he doesn't like doing music videos because it puts one image from the song into your head. Yeah. He wants someone to like sit down on like their couch and like listen to the song and create their own image in their head.
Just kind of interpret the song by yourself.
That's why I kind of like audio releases before they do the actual video release, because it brings you into the world where it's, you know, there's no visual for it, but you still know what the characters look like.
But
it just makes up this entire thing.
But if you saw that hall, somebody recorded it.
Oh yeah.
I think it was a Hall H. Hall H is huge. I think that's where Warner Brothers had their panel earlier. Yeah. And somebody had to record it.
It's there. They just don't want to release it because you know what happened to all the videos that everyone recorded. They're gone right now, except for
one we're not gonna talk about yet, but we'll get to that. And then after they showed the trailer, Josh Brolin came out holding the Infinity Gauntlet. He comes out and he's just walking around because he's voicing Thanos in Guardians.
Thanos?
I think it's just in Guardians. I don't think Thanos is in Avengers 2. Which is kind of strange because they tease him at the end of Avengers 1, and then he's just he's completely absent from 2, and then most likely he'll be the big bad in 3, which brings the Guardians to Earth and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, there will be a Guardians crossover.
I hope so.
I mean, they work together. In the comics, the thing is the Guardians are a separate universe.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Pretty sure they are.
Guardians and Avengers takes place in the exact same universe. Yes. Guardians and Avengers takes place in the exact same... I'm not a Marvel fan, and I even know that. What is wrong with you?
Shut up. We're going to edit this out.
No, we're not. That'll make you look stupid. But yeah, so, you know, he's going to be voicing Thanos. I like Josh Brolin. He's the dude from the Goonies. I grew up with the Goonies, so Gooniness man playing Thanos. So yeah. And then, of course, you have freaking Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. in the con with his self and flowers and whatnot. Are you still looking that up?
No, but I did see some really cool stuff. Chris Pratt on Guardians of the Galaxy. What is it saying? Oh, it was 11 months ago, so everyone probably knows it.
Wow, you're so late on everything.
Chris Pratt on Guardians of the Galaxy joining the Avengers.
Yeah, it was just him talking about it. Not actually
that's true. Well, they say Avengers 3 and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 are going to cross over.
They should, and they
will.
They need to.
There's no way there's not. Even look,
I think James Gunn said he wants that to happen. He wants to have him cross over. There was actually this thing talking about for a Hulk solo film. I'm not gonna, because apparently the ending of Age of Ultron got out there last month. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about it, but let's just say a certain character of the Avengers gets shot into outer space, and that's how he meets up with the Guardians.
Please let it be
I'm not
Hawkeye.
No,
because he doesn't need to be on Earth
I hope
anymore.
Hawkeye gets incinerated by like Ultron's like freaking
it's just
freaking
over.
phase ray or whatever. Because I hate Hawkeye. If you look at Jimmy Rander's face during the panel, I'm almost certain he dies. Because if you look at Jimmy Rander's
really sad, kind of.
Yeah, he's just like there, and he's just like, yeah, it's a great experience, you know, being here. Stuff. I'm just like, I'm sitting there watching, like, you're gonna die, you're dead.
His body language and his like facial expressions kind of just showed the look of a defeated actor that just got killed off.
Joss Whedon said one of the Avengers is gonna die. And why not kill off the most incompetent piece of crap character in the movie, Hawkeye? There you go. That's it. I mean, if he dies, I'm like, oh, that's messed up.
I feel like
replace him with somebody better.
I think if they replace him with Ant-Man, I think
they could. So I don't know if you know, but Dave's been hinting about talking about Deadpool. I'm just gonna let him talk.
It's
about
my
Deadpool
favorite trailer I've ever seen so far.
The Deadpool test footage got leaked last night, and it is confirmed that it is legit because as soon as it got up, Fox took it down.
Dude,
but luckily, we got a chance to watch it, and instead of hearing me talk about it, I'm just gonna let David just talk as much as he wants about it, and I'm gonna take a sip of my juice.
Okay.
Go.
So one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life is the Deadpool comics. The second coolest thing is Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, and the third coolest thing is this Deadpool teaser trailer I've seen about 60 times already since I saw it way about 12 to 13 hours ago. And I think I'm happy with just that for now. I can watch that pretty much until the movie comes out, and I will be so ecstatic about it because it encapsulates Deadpool perfectly. And that was the problem with the old Deadpool in the X-Men movie. I even forgot what the movie is called because it sucks.
X-Men Origins crap?
Yeah, Origins. Which should have never been happened.
That movie was booty.
Yeah. Now the Deadpool in that now most people know the whole original storyline for the Deadpool movie was different Deadpool from another universe goes back and kills the Deadpool in Origins because he screwed up, you know. And I think they acknowledged that they screwed Deadpool up because I watched a bunch of those videos. Josh has also watched those videos. Mm-hmm. How they pretty much like the after movie interviews with it. They have like that look in their eye that they screwed up one of the best X-Men characters ever, and that always left a bad taste in my mouth because I got into Deadpool really actually kind of before I saw the movie, and then I was like, yo, like Wade Wilson's in this movie, obviously before he entered Weapon X and screwed him up, but you know, so I saw it and I left the theater and I was like, that sucked.
Like, this was crap.
Oh yeah, the first thing that popped in my head was I never want to see that movie ever again. Fast forward a couple years later, I saw it on FX, and I also never want to see it again.
Yeah, because what they did with him was they took all the powers from like Cyclops. I was almost certain Nightcrawler because he was like freaking teleporting all over the freaking thing.
They took Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and Wolverine.
Yeah, because
that's what they did.
Yeah, because he had those freaking Baraka like freaking claws. Like what the heck?
Those if you're listening to this, Fox and Marvel. Not even Marvel, Fox, because you guys screwed that up.
The movie was just bad in general.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I'm focusing on Deadpool.
I mean,
I'm not focus on that.
I mean, just multiple parts of that movie.
Oh yeah.
That was just the icing on the freaking doo-doo cake, man.
That's the mud on the mud pie.
Yeah.
That's not baked into the mud pie.
It's just
but
balls.
But as far as the teaser trailer goes, I am happy, 100% all the way on how it is because. I remember seeing 2 years ago, I think at Comic-Con, or I think it was a Comic-Con, one of the lead guys, I forgot his name now, he described the entire teaser trailer. Word for word, action for action, what happens. And what's really cool is that I saw that, I was like looking up Deadpool stuff last night, and Josh frantically texted me, like right when it dropped, like right, it came out, and I already saw it at that point. And what's it called? I was looking up Deadpool like stuff news because it was Comic-Con and there was rumored to say that Deadpool stuff would be coming out during Comic-Con. Obviously something happened because we have the teaser trailer or I guess it is the teaser trailer.
Yeah, you could technically say it's a teaser.
I call it the teaser trailer because that's really what it is. But you know, you had I saw the video from 2 years ago and then it just came up on Google when I clicked back on my phone and it said Deadpool teaser trailer or Deadpool like a live
like test footage.
Yeah, test footage. And I go, "Oh my gosh," like pee dribbled out. I clicked it and it was the scene and just like how he described, freaking Hollaback Girl was playing and it was Deadpool on a bench and I was like, "No. no, this is obviously like I was thinking, I'm like, this is a because people on YouTube are real. Some people on YouTube are really talented with CGI.
I thought first thought it was fake.
Yeah, I thought it was fake too, and then I heard Ryan Reynolds' voice, and then my heart dropped. Like my heart stopped and my stomach dropped, and I go, this is real. And then tears started happening, and I don't even know what happened after that. I started screaming like a girl in my house at like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Deadpool!" And then I like
so basically how you normally are.
Yeah, about comics. And then I watched it a second time because I was screaming during the first time I played it, and then I watched everything, and it's Deadpool. It's not really crappy, watered down PG-13 version Deadpool. I mean, it's rated. I mean, it's a rated R teaser trailer.
It needs to be rated. The movie itself needs to be
rated. A correct Deadpool. It is as fun as they would want him to be, and I know they have don't they have like toys and stuff for Deadpool? They're like, oh,
I haven't really seen it. I've seen like plush toys for like Deadpool.
Yeah. They see they have like these they make Deadpool like this cuddly character. I think to correctly do this, they need to push for that R rating. Not even like a soft it's a little it gets a little over PG-13. It's a little too much for PG-13. It's rated R. I want it's so over the top and it's so Deadpool comic book correct. There's no choice. It has to be R. But yeah, my thoughts on Deadpool. 100% stoked. I cannot wait. I'm probably gonna see it multiple times in the theaters. I'm definitely gonna see it opening night if Fox ever green lights it.
They now that teaser's out there and people know that it exists and they're doing something with the movie, people will not rest until Fox greenlights this movie.
Yeah, but that also could be a bad thing because they could just greenlight it just to get people off their trail, and they could just take forever.
But yeah, I also like the Deadpool. I'm not a huge Deadpool fan.
I know, right?
I'm not a huge Deadpool fan like David is, but I liked it. It was really cool. It really captured the essence that is Deadpool. You know, talking to the screen, kind of just random banter while you're fighting people. You know, snapping necks and all that good stuff. It's very comic booky, and that's if you're gonna do Deadpool, it has to be like that because that's just who he is. Now that you have spoken about your teaser trailer, I'm gonna talk about mine. Oh, not mine. This one I'm really excited.
You were air humping there for a second.
Freaking
you are excited.
The Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice teaser freaking trailer got leaked. I think it was a couple hours after it came out. Oh my freaking crap. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, why? It's so good. I'll link it at the bottom just in case you want to check it out. But I shall describe it now.
Well, here's the thing. First, before I let you do this, if you haven't seen either the Deadpool trailer or the Batman vs Superman trailer,
everywhere,
I know, I am. I'm excited. I want you to pause this podcast right now, watch both of them if you can find them, and then come back and resume.
Please come back.
We will wait.
Please come back.
We love you. We will hug you and stuff. Are you back yet?
Please don't go. Okay.
All
okay.
By myself.
You're by yourself. Oh. Okay. So the teaser trailer. It starts off. It cuts to a Gotham City rooftop, just dark, raining, thunderstorms, just very Dark Knight Returns.
Very Batman-y.
Very Batman-y. And then Batman rips the tarp off of a spotlight, flicks it on, and it's the Dark Knight Returns symbol, and it's like a bat signal. So it's in the light, and he's just looking up at it, and then some lightning flashes, and you see Superman floating in the spotlight, and it zooms in on Superman's face, and his eyes begin to glow red, and then it cuts back down to Batman, whose eyes are actually glowing white. Just he's wearing the Dark Knight Returns Batman armored suit that he uses in the movie. And they have the most epic stare down I have ever seen in my life. And you just see Superman is pissed, and I want to know why, what Batman did to piss Superman off. And you just see this epic freaking stare down. You got freaking Hans Zimmer's freaking scores playing. You've got these freaking epic drums. The rain is coming down, and it just freaking just fades to black. And then the Dawn of Justice freaking logo pops up, and everyone starts flipping out. There's yes, yes. Yes! Yes! I'm so excited because all of the worries that I had about Batfleck and all that are gone now. When I was watching it, I didn't see Ben Affleck in a Batman costume. I saw Batman. He was just doing his Batman thing, just being Batman, and that's what I wanted.
I think everyone was so against Ben Affleck playing Batman. I don't know why. I mean, yes,
because of Daredevil.
His only superhero movie was Daredevil, I think. And if something fails that bad, I know it's really hard to like come up from. I think it's really cool when you see actors, really good actors, bounce back into a role. Obviously, on the other side of the comic book, quote unquote, feud and war with the DC and Marvel, I think it's really cool because there are honestly some actors that can't make it in a certain comic book series. I can't see Ryan Reynolds in DC. I can't unless it's probably the Flash.
Oh,
I mean, because we've seen him as Green Lantern, and heck no.
Yeah. I mean, but
he could be. I mean, I think he could be a good Hal Jordan. I just think he wasn't a good Hal Jordan then.
The thing is, check this out. They actually still might be going with Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern.
I don't like that.
Because, all right, so another thing that I didn't like about the Marvel panel and the DC panel, they didn't announce any movies other than what we already knew. You know, we already knew about Ant-Man, Age of Ultron. We already knew about Dawn of Justice, Guardians 2. We knew that there was gonna be a Guardians 2 because James Gunn said, "Hey, if this movie's successful, we're gonna make a sequel." So we knew it. We're like, okay, but they didn't because DC had the leaked release dates for all their movies.
Marvel did
up
as well.
Until 2019. No, Marvel didn't. They just solidified dates. They didn't have any movies scheduled for.
No, they had leaks and stuff. I thought Marvel did.
Nope. All they had were dates out. They had like 9 dates over the next couple of years.
That's what it is. Okay.
So
we covered that in our last video. I forgot.
That was really, no, not Marvel though. But
DC.
you would think with the whole Marvel versus DC war that's going on when it comes to cinematic universes, you would expect one of them to at least try to get the upper hand by announcing a movie that we didn't really expect them to announce, like Shazam. The Rock has been teasing Shazam for the past 4 days. He a Hercules interview, he was talking about, like, hey, what character are you playing? And he was like, hey, he's got the power of Superman, he can throw down. And he's just like, just say the word. The word is freaking Shazam. We know you're playing Shazam. And then, like, a couple days after that, he had posted a picture. It was a picture of Superman, Shazam, and Black Adam, and the caption said, someone's gonna get it. We're like, dude, we know you're playing Shazam. And then Comic-Con came and went. No announcement of Shazam whatsoever. The Rock was there for I think he was there for like the first day, and then he left. Even though they said that they were gonna announce the character really soon, and the closest thing was Comic-Con.
I mean, we've seen time and time again, just like a Comic-Con coming and passing, and nothing, and something we've been waiting for hasn't happened. But a couple, months or weeks later, it happened. Like they announced it. Comic-Con, even though it is a huge staple for the comic book community and video game community, and just not really video games, but they still have stuff there. Just community as it is, it's not really the end all be all for all comic book related stuff. It's for me personally. I don't rely everything like I don't think something's gonna be ruined if it's not introduced at Comic-Con, as well as something being released at Comic-Con. I don't think it's just that. Yeah. I think it could be a little bit more, So just because The Rock was, at Comic-Con and they didn't announce Shazam, maybe something fell through and they planned on releasing him, but he wasn't there for the panel, so they couldn't do anything, Maybe something like that could have happened.
It was the same for Doctor Strange. Like, everyone...
I was expecting something from him.
I know how much you don't like him to be Doctor Strange, but I think he'll be fantastic. Benedict Cumberbatch, I already know your feelings on him. I think he's a fantastic actor. David thinks he looks weird. I don't think he looks
Dude's
weird.
Got wide set eyes. I don't even care.
No, he doesn't. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. He was a fantastic actor. He just seems really chill. I want him to play Doctor Strange.
As a person, I think he's cool.
Well. But I was very surprised that neither Marvel or DC released anything to get the upper hand on each other, Because now everyone was just like, oh, so who won Comic-Con this year? Me, in my personal opinion, I believe it is one. I believe it is DC. Because not only did they release, they didn't release it. They not only did they show footage from Dawn of Justice, we finally got our first look at Wonder Woman, and oh my gosh, is she gorgeous. She looks fantastic.
Anyone who said she's not...
She's the background of my phone. That's not weird at all.
And also, as a huge Marvel fan, I might have to take side with Josh and say DC might have gotten the upper hand in Comic-Con. Then again, like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter who gets the upper hand at Comic-Con. It's a con. It is a huge, I think it's like the biggest comic book, like a
convention.
Yeah, convention, at least in America. And then probably not in the world. But the world's a huge place, but you never know. Nice catch. Did you catch it?
No.
Well,
it's on the floor.
Ew.
Whatever.
Pick it up.
5-second rule. Never mind. My dog's gonna eat it. You can keep talking.
This is kind of fun, actually. I wanted to watch Josh try to pick up a pea off the floor, but he didn't want to get out of his seat, so he was like acrobatic. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm a Grayson.
I was gonna say something about that. More about the first name than the last, but
wow. Whatever, man.
Is his real name Richard?
I would think so, by his name being Dick.
Well, you never know.
I don't think what's your name, baby? Dick. That's a perfect name. Is his name Richard? No, just Dick.
Richard Grayson.
I think Richard Grayson's a lot better than Dick Grayson.
I mean, well, Dick Grayson's a staple, so you can't really change that right
Dick
now.
Grayson. Wait, what were we just talking about?
We were talking about who won Comic-Con.
Yes. All right, so...
Oh, Gal Gadot.
Yes, Gal... Okay, wow. I didn't mean to make that sound. That was supposed to be my inside voice, but...
He's sweating right now. He's actually kind of nervous.
I actually kind of am. It's kind of weird. But, I think she looks fantastic. She's got the sword. Everyone was talking about, oh, she's too skinny. Really? Look at this picture. Look at it. Look at how she looks. She looks just like Wonder Woman. The hair is fantastic. The lasso, obviously the lasso, I mean, maybe it'll glow like gold when she's using it. She's got the sword. You don't see the shield yet, but...
Now also, I've heard people complaining about she looks like Xena, the Warrior Princess.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I would
What are your thoughts on that?
Wonder Woman's been wearing that costume since 1945.
That's true.
So that whole Xena thing.
But it's not really it's not the OG costume though. The OG costume didn't have the skirt. Gal has the little skirt on it.
Yeah, she has a little skirt. But I mean,
actually, I don't think it's the OG. I think the OG costume is literally just a one piece.
Yeah, it's
like,
a one
bathing
piece
suit looking thing.
With the star spangled like freaking underwear.
Well, no, it's the American flag.
No, it's literally
Do you know the reason why she has that?
Because it was during 1945. That's when the whole.
Oh no, because
that's when the whole like World War was going on.
Obviously, so. But no, like she like sworn herself to protect the country, and she has the flag because that's what she's sworn to protect. I think if I read it right and I remember it correctly, I think that's why she wears the stars and stripes, is because
but I do see a few resemblances of the Xena freaking costume, but I mean, like, does it really matter?
It really
doesn't matter. It still looks good. This is a new Xena's been over for a very long time. I mean,
kind of sad though. I loved Xena when I was a kid.
I didn't.
Really?
Xena the Warrior Princess?
Dude, I thought it ruled.
I never watched it. I was just like, okay. I never really watched like that kind of stuff.
There's no way to describe what it was because I don't remember it. I remember I loved it. Like I think it was Saturday morning, along with, for some reason, Knight Rider came on when I was still young.
Freaking David Hasselhoff.
Uh-huh.
And then you had like the picture you had Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, and Gal Gadot just like standing together. We were just like, yo, it's the Trinity, freaking Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Well, yeah, that was a Photoshop picture, though, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. No, it was just them, not their characters, just them. Ben Affleck.
Oh, at Comic-Con.
Yeah, if you actually look at what Henry Cavill was wearing, he's wearing it's almost identical.
The white shirt.
Yeah, the white shirt with the brown belt and the jeans. He's wearing in The Dark Knight Returns. I was just like, I don't know who pointed that out. I think it was Caboose.
Have you seen the picture? It was like the 4-panel picture. It was like Cavill, like 2010. 12, 14, and then 2016 is the movie version, the animated Superman, and it kind of showed his progression as like what he looked like. He didn't really change since the picture. I'll see if I can bring it up and we'll put it in here somewhere. But it's
probably here.
I think it's kind of funny because they showed him, and then it's just like normal size man, a little beefier, and then
oh my gosh,
and then like animated version, and he looks like a tree trunk.
He's gotten
big.
Yeah, he's gotten big.
Well, no, what's in the
so is Ben.
In the animated or in the movie, they're two big guys, and they're based off. Well, Batman was based off Frank Miller, and Frank Miller is notoriously known for drawing just thick superheroes. Not bashing Frank Miller. Frank Miller's a ridiculous illustrator. I think he's one of the best.
Yeah, I think so.
But
he also did 300.
Yeah, he is good at just drawing really big, strong looking characters and just why are you looking at me like that?
What are you talking about?
You're looking at me weird.
No.
Keep going.
You look like you're enjoying talking about big, strong men.
Look, I enjoy the illustration. Okay. That sounds weird.
No. I love the illustration of big, large men.
You heard it first here. Josh likes the illustration of big, large men.
Yeet?
You
No.
heard it first. Yeah, yeet.
So we had, all that good stuff. In both of our opinions, we both agreed that DC won.
Well, just Marvel lacked content, I think.
If you really think about it,
strong content.
I would say both actually really lacked content, but
DC's releases were stronger.
DC delivered stronger with their content that they did have compared to Marvel.
Now here's the thing: what they could do is that both of them could have the same idea of building up to a huge drop sometime somewhere in the fall.
I could see that happening.
Obviously they could have something at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. Into the Avengers something.
They said there's gonna be.
They always have the ending.
Will tie into Avengers 2. Which no one. That comes to no surprise to anyone.
Because they always do that. They did that with obviously the lead up to Avengers, with Iron Man, the Hulk, Captain America.
Yeah, the ending of Captain America was just a teaser trailer for the Avengers, which I was like, oh, look at that, cool, freaking Avengers stuff. But yeah, one thing about Comic-Con that really surprised me, I assumed that they would have announced something or given another trailer, was for Arkham Knight. There was absolutely nothing except for a week before. It was announced that Red Hood's actually gonna have a story DLC pack in the.
By the way,
in the game,
GameStop, you need to up your preview game up here. Because they did the preview, they're like, "Who is it?" And it's
they were like,
it's Red Hood with his dual wielding pistols and his red bat symbol and his red mask.
Yeah, they were like, announcement coming for a big game soon. Can you guess what it is? I'm looking at it. I'm just like,
Red Hood.
This is Red Hood. You guys are really bad.
That's Jason.
But the thing is, now that this is here, it calls back into question who is the Arkham Knight again, because majority of people said that it's Red Hood Jason Todd. Jason Todd's already in the game. Now. He has a story DLC. I already know what you. They don't know what you feel about it.
I'm gonna say it.
But I don't think it's him. I kind of think it might be Thomas Wayne.
Well, it's true because they have his voice reading the will or whatever.
Yeah, and you only hear his voice once, which was in Arkham Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make it. It would be logical, but also kind of wouldn't make sense because it's just it'd be kind of out of left field. Robin's actually going to be in the story.
Thank the Lord, because
they have a figure of like a model that they're working on for Robin, and it's
Robin.
It's straight Robin. He's got the hood.
Which Robin is it?
I think it's Tim Drake.
So it's Red Robin.
No, not Red. No, Red Robin was Jason Todd. Jason Todd was Red Robin for a little bit.
That's true. Yeah, he left.
Red Robin was like a villain. So.
Yeah.
I was looking at something. I forget who I was watching. I think I was watching. I think it was like K-Wing or something like that. That guy, he does really good for Batman lore.
Yeah.
I was watching something he did for Batman Day, and he was talking about there was a Zebra Man Batman.
Zebra Man?
Yes. If you get a chance, watch his video. He posted the video on Batman Day. There was a Zebra Man Batman, and it was probably one of the most the strangest thing I've listened to.
His costume was zebra?
Yes, zebra print.
Oh, ew.
It was hilarious.
Hashtag basic moms of Gotham.
It was like a freaking part of it. He was like Batman was like in his feels, and he was just like I can't be Batman anymore because I'm like zebra. It was like weird, but I thought it was hilarious.
Who does that?
But yeah, watch that video. That video was just go to his channel in general because he talks about he does great content.
From what I've seen, Bruce Wayne, as he gets older, kind of gets in touch with his feels a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
I think Drake somehow gets tied into this.
Are we talking about Tim Drake or Drizzy Drake?
Drizzy Drake.
Straight Drizzy Drake.
I feel like somewhere in the Batcave there is the entire discography for Drizzy. Somewhere there. And at any time. It just it randomly plays. It's not even like a thing. It's like DJ Roomba.
Nah,
it just like floats around. And
Batman comes in from night on the job. Alfred's down there with some tea. He's like, you get you anything? He's like, nah, I'm good. Alfred goes upstairs. Click. Just Drake starts playing.
I think that's what it is. Or I feel like
take a shot from me.
Yeah, I think what would be hilarious. I know they would never do it. I know Josh just sang on the podcast and he's embarrassed and it's kind of funny.
No,
but I think what would be hilarious is they did a Drizzy Drake tie-in where like it's like a montage of Robin driving the car or driving like the Batmobile, like he took it out, like he stole it, like Robin does, and because he hacks a lot of Wayne Enterprises stuff just because he just does. And then, so I think it would be hilarious. I know they would never do this, but I would challenge to any of you guys that are CGI makers and stuff. I want to see a clip of Robin driving a stolen Batmobile with Started from the Bottom playing.
Please. If you do it and we see it,
or we
will give you something.
Yeah, we will probably pay you at least a little bit.
We will give you some kind of prize.
We'll buy you sriracha peas and make you homemade.
I'll give you something with actual significance.
Wow. I was going to say we were going to give you like homemade Baja Blast because you can't buy it anymore outside of Taco Bell.
Freaking Baja Apocalypse, bro.
Yeah.
Baja Apocalypse is here.
Remember,
and it is large. It's here. And we can't have it anymore.
I mean, we can. We can make it. It's like the whole...
You just tried to make it and you were like, this tastes nothing like Baja.
It kind of does.
Oh. Okay.
It's really good. There's like a formula. You have to like... It's like a different proportions and stuff. Also,
Baja's life. It's like
there's two different things for it too. There's the blue Gatorade and blue Powerade. I just tried the blue Powerade and it's a little different.
This has become a drink podcast now. We talk about where you get your comic book news and ways to make drinks.
Yep.
That are not alcoholic.
Say in 2 months.
Yet.
Wait for 2 months and then. Just kidding. I won't talk about alcohol on this one.
Yeah, let's not. I mean, whatever.
We're not on this one.
Nah. That's freaking Deadboys After Dark. Wait, no. Whoops. So yeah.
You was gonna sing Marvin Gaye?
No.
Yeah,
I was not.
I was waiting for it.
You waiting for that Marvin Gaye?
I'm not waiting for him. And
he's already here.
Yeah.
He's like hovering above us
Marvin
with a giant freaking stereo like boom thing just hanging on.
Playing that one song on repeat.
No, just that one part.
Ooh, that's a little high.
Just going. Obviously, that's not the key it's in.
I hope not.
What are we talking about now? What is going on?
We wasted about 10 minutes right now.
That was fantastic.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Nice.
Digging for buried treasure, bro?
I have a hole in my pants.
Oh, okay.
That sucks. I just found these are like my only pair of jeans I have. I just found a hole right next to my
Donate to the poor David fund. Give him some more pants.
I just might take like a Black Flag patch I have in my house and just patch it up.
Why not?
Yeah. Rollins' face in my jeans.
Wow, this podcast is taking like a complete left turn. I don't know what's going on now. Let's try to. Are you all right, man?
I don't like it.
You feel like a breeze?
Yeah, no, I don't feel a breeze. I feel like you can just see my inner thigh.
I don't want to see your inner thigh.
Well, that's good. That's one of us.
This is what has happened to us.
Anyway.
So yeah.
If you're still listeing, we love you. And
yes,
we thank you.
You are, yeah.
You are truly the champions of the world.
Yes. Okay. Why am I singing all of a sudden?
I don't know, but you need to not.
Wow, okay. But yeah, I don't believe Red Hood's Arkham Knight. You believe that he is still Arkham Knight.
Believe he does. You want to get into why you don't believe he is, and then I'll give my opinion on to why.
Sure. I just think I feel like it would not make sense for them to say, all right, so the Arkham Knight is a completely different character. It's a new character, which he still is. The Arkham Knight himself, the armor and the name Arkham Knight is completely different. No one's ever used it before. That's why it still falls into the parameters of a new character. I think it would be pointless for them to tease the Arkham Knight to be some big character and then be like, oh, so Red Hood's gonna be a DLC story. But hey, guess what? He's also the Arkham Knight. It would make no sense because you already have his actual comic book persona in the game already now. It would make no sense for him to go from Red Hood, goes into Gotham, wreaking havoc looking for freaking Batman or whoever the heck he's looking for, and then he just stops, looks around, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna change my costume completely, and I'm just gonna become the Arkham Knight, you know, and start working with Scarecrow. It doesn't fit. It wouldn't fit with the whole storyline. I don't think they would do that. Now, is it possible? Maybe, you know, but I don't see it happening. I don't.
I see it happening. Because there's they said it's going to be a significantly longer campaign story. It was like 16 hours for the Arkham City, right?
So yeah, Arkham City was
just the campaign.
Like, no, the campaign was probably about 12 hours or so.
It's still a long campaign.
Not counting like side quests.
Well, yeah, 12. Let's say a good 12 to 13 hours campaign, just the campaign.
I hope it's longer. So much.
I'm hoping. They said it was going to be a longer campaign, so I'm hoping at least an 18-hour. And let's hope they don't pull like it's 30 minutes longer bullcrap that some companies have done
but you
before.
also don't want them to have it be longer just for the sake of it being longer. You don't want them to drag the story
and that's what I'm talking about. If they're gonna make it longer, I think it would fit perfectly to have Jason as the Arkham Knight, like have him in the Red Hood's persona as the Red Hood. I mean, he is the Red Hood. Have him in the costume running around Gotham for a quarter to half of the game, and then something happens, like he links up with Scarecrow because Scarecrow wants it out for the bats anyway. So Scarecrow's like, I'm gonna help you. I can help you. Team up with me.
Where is if that's the route that you're gonna go, how is Scarecrow gonna get his hands on an army of freaking Arkham Knight thugs? Also, how is he gonna get his hands on the Arkham Knight armor?
Now, he might already have that. He's just waiting for someone that has it out to the Batman, that has that fighting skill. I just
don't see it. That's all.
Listen.
Keep going.
I think Scarecrow might already have that, and he's been waiting for someone of the caliber to use it. He might, he has the technology, and Scarecrow knows he's not able to use it because he's not well equipped enough and trained enough to use it. As far as
chomped up by Croc in Asylum.
Yeah, and he's broken, beaten, and stuff, and he just can't do anything as well as he could do in the past. And he's waiting for someone to come out and do something about it, and he finds the Red Hood somewhere, and he's like, I can help you. Like, you want Batman dead? And he's like, yeah. He's like, let's ruin him. And he's like, okay, I have something, and it's the Arkham Knight suit, and then Red Hood's like, okay. Or Red Hood's like, we have a deal. And he gets in the suit, tries it out. You do whatever. I don't know if you're going to play as the Red Hood. I guess challenge maps or something you could.
No, it was straight story DLC.
Oh, really? I guess like Catwoman.
I'm actually interested to see how they're going to do that now, because you've got Red Hood story DLC. You've got Harley Quinn story DLC. You also confirmed that Robin is in the game.
It's going to be a long game.
Unless Harley's and the Red Hoods are separate from the story of the main story. Maybe it's just like a side story mission. I don't know.
I think what would be good is if they had the Harley Quinn DLC for Arkham City.
Oh, Harley Quinn's Revenge.
Mm-hmm. Where it was like the separate thing after the events of Arkham City happened, or like during and a little bit during, but more towards after.
No, it was straight after.
Was it? I thought in the beginning it was a little bit during.
It was directly after. It was a couple. I think it was like a month.
Oh, that's right, because she was like freaking out. Yeah. She was still that was when Harley Quinn's morning costume was morning, not like 12, not 8 o'clock in the morning.
Morning.
Yeah, like morning as in her husband is dead, not husband, boyfriend, love interest.
Her puddin' is dead.
Yeah, Mr. J. I can't do her accent.
Puddin'.
But but that's what happened.
Chocolate pudding. Joker pudding. Ew. Why are you staring at me like that? Pudding.
But anyway, so
that was actually pretty good.
No, it wasn't. That was not a good Harley. That was not a good Harleen voice.
I'm also not a lady.
Well, that's debatable. So anyway, you just broke your glass for that.
No, we're good. You keep going.
Anyway, it's just sweating.
Okay.
But I think it would be cool to have. I mean, they can easily do the Red Hood and Harley Quinn DLCs after the effects. Maybe, at the end of the Arkham Knight game, obviously they're going to do DLCs like most games, like most huge successful games do. They're going to have DLCs that come after the storyline of that game just to kind of keep it a little momentum going into the next release or whatever, which doesn't really happen because it takes forever to develop a game.
If they're going to do
Talking to you, Fallout 4.
If they're going to do that, I'm pretty sure, I'm speaking for myself and a lot of other people who enjoy the Arkham games, I am so tired of more challenge maps.
Oh yeah,
I'm so tired. I understand what they want to do. Oh, let's just see who's the best fighter out of the person who plays the game. But we want story-driven content. I'm so tired of more challenge maps. Hey, pre-order this character, and you get to play as them in challenge maps. Like with Robin and Nightwing, we want them in the story. We don't want to have them in these challenge maps.
The Nightwing challenge map is fun.
Yeah, because you have to fight Black Mask. That was fun.
I love the Nightwing challenge maps.
If you're going to do challenge maps, do something more on the lines of that instead of doing just, hey, you're in the Batcave playing as Deathstroke, which makes no sense. This was an Arkham Origins.
Oh, yeah.
You pre-order, you get to play as Deathstroke in a challenge map. What is freaking Deathstroke doing in the Batcave fighting freaking dudes, It makes no sense. If you're going to...
I think what they did...
I'm so upset.
What I think the problem is, now we're getting into the video game talk. Yep. Now you're in my arena. Now, what I think they're going to do, or what I think most people do, as far as DLC goes, they look at challenge maps as like an extra thing, that it will take up a huge part of... What are you doing?
What?
That would take up a huge part of, like, the gamer's content. Please don't eat. He's eating my mangoes, and that makes me sad.
Man, I don't like that sound.
I know, it sounds like you're ripping open paper.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyway, but like, I knocked over my peas. I just yelled that into the microphone. Anyway, but like,
oh my god.
What most companies do for DLC, as far as challenge map goes, I think, is they try to prolong the gamer's lifespan in the game, where it's like, oh, we're going to keep playing this, and we're going to keep, let's keep them still satisfied while we work on this other stuff. I don't like that idea of literally just playing a map just to play a map, so I'm not bored with the game yet. I tried that in Halo, kind of got really old, except the, I forgot what it's called. It's like the Horde mode where you fight all the Covenant. Mm-hmm. That's really fun, because you can do whatever you want, really. You can set the actions and controls to whatever you... Literally just... It's like a sandbox, free-for-all Horde mode. Like, what I think they should do for as long as DLC, I think they should take the... At least Bethesda route and have DLC, but it has a story behind it. Yeah. You have the Skyrim DLC, the Dragonborn DLC.
Vanguard.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the names of all of them. But you have those that you can, that adds to the game. Like, I know in one of the DLCs in Skyrim, you can build stuff in your house. You can build an actual house. You can build stuff, That's what I love. What?
I think I might have said, I might have whispered, I have to doo-doo into the mic, because I really do.
We're going to wait for that. And I'm going to search for it. And that's going to be everywhere in this.
I gotta crap, dude.
No, we're almost done. So what I think they should do as far as the DLC goes is have a story-based DLC instead of let's go run and have these guys and have the players, our loyal players that spend a lot of money on these DLCs, $20 to $30 sometimes on this.
On
DLC.
a DLC, no.
There are some DLCs that are $20 and $30.
No, there's not. The DLCs are. I don't think they're no more than $15.
I've never. Well, okay, I have seen DLC.
If you get a DLC that's $30, that's half the original price of the game.
Or maybe it's a multiple DLC pack. You never know. Anyway, we have here.
How about this? Story-driven DLCs. No more freaking walking around fighting waves of dudes.
That's fun though. Josh has to really poop, and it's funny because I'm gonna keep him here for a little while. But this is why I'm gonna have my own podcast, so I'm not filling up the end of this one with my voice.
Oh, that's fine.
I think DLC should be more story driven than wave driven, but I do think there still needs to be. I still think for people like me that love horde games that you can just fight random people.
Like Gears of War type deals.
Yeah, I love that, but I would love to see more story driven DLC. Josh has to poop, so I think we're gonna wrap up.
I mean, it's kind of gone now. So
that's weird.
I mean, it got like sucked back in.
Did you like just choke it or?
Did I pinch it?
Yeah.
No.
Let's hope not.
It's just kind of just like it just like snuck back up.
Turtle heading.
It literally just snuck back up.
Anyway,
we're talking about my crap. So yeah, so I guess that was episode 2 of our podcast.
we don't really do these as frequently as we can or as we want to. We can do them a little bit more frequently. Unfortunately, a little thing called life, and we're not getting paid for this, gets in the way.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
fund us.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna ask for money.
Oh,
but if you give me money, I will use it.
Amen.
But yeah, thank you for listening to us talk about Comic-Con and other things that we don't even know we talked about.
Poop. We talked about poop.
We mentioned Barry Manilow.
We didn't, but Barry Manilow should be mentioned. Shouts out to Barry Manilow
and Marvin Gaye and Drake.
Ooh, all those guys endorse us. One of 3 can, but I think 1 of 3.
Shout out to Taco Bell for giving me the runs after I ate that freaking quesarito. I just got over that, and I ate that like a week ago.
Shouts out to Taco Bell for making really good bean burritos for me. Hey man.
Hashtag vegan powers.
Hashtag don't eat their cheese. So.
Yeah. We shall see you in our next podcast.
Which might just be recorded soon.
Yes.
Like
God knows when that's
now.
gonna be. All right.
Anyway, thank you. Follow us on every social network. Twitter,
no Instagram.
We might do an Instagram.
Instagram's for babies. Although I have one. Yeah, Instagram. Look out for David's new channel, the B button that'll be coming very soon. So yeah, it's just you guys in the future. Later, guys.
Bye.
Peace.